today, what day today is. So,
Making me wonder if I'm on the right show or not. Wait a
man,
minute, I came in the wrong show.
like I am Ron Burgundy. Like,
Oh,
so I'm here today with my co-host Jasper the Filmy, and we have a special guest all the way from Boston, Massachusetts, Avrex. What's going
Yep.
on, my brother?
What's good, man?
Yeah, this is a special one. Anytime we have anybody from Gangstarr Foundation, anybody that seems like they can spit bars into infinity, we get excited over here, man.
yes, sir.
Oh, you know it. Shit. Big shout out to Gangstar. You know that's the family right there, man. A big shug. Everybody over there. Shout out to Crumb. That's the big cuzzo. So we are affiliated with Gangstar. That is the family right there, man. So shout out to them. Primo, what up?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Anytime that name's mentioned around me, I always love to say rest in peace, Guru.
You know it. You know it. You know it.
Absolutely, man. So let's talk about your transformation. Um, let's just say up to now. Let's not even give it, limitations. So I know you have which is cool about talking about the transformation. You got a project called Growth Out, and really, I know people could listen to it and understand what it means just from my perspective. But can you give a little insight on that for no pun intended, your growth up to this point and the transformation you went through?
Well, yeah, yeah. And again, thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate that.
Thank
Um,
you.
but it's just been a major transformation, major growth, and I think that's why we chose that name for the album, man, because coming up in Massachusetts, running the streets, going to Virginia, getting locked up there, and then just going through the different things, being very young, 9 years old. I was in psych ward, mental institutions, so I speak a lot on mental health. But at the end of the day, the biggest change came when I started seeking Jesus, started seeking Christ in the proper way, with the proper transcript, the proper uh, understanding of what God is trying to say to us, and that is what fueled the actual growth in my life. You know.
Excellent, excellent. So I guess they say you gotta fall a couple of times before you get up and heed the message.
Know it. you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
know it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it, baby.
There you go, man.
For real. For
There you
real.
go, man.
Do it, man.
You know what's cool about that you had mentioned that I was actually hoping that you would speak on that a little bit because I seen that you did a track with No Malice that I
Mm.
really like. Please talk about that. Like, what was what was it like putting that together? Was that like both of you in the studio type of deal? Did you send your verse off? Did you get the beat? Did he send it off to you? Like how that happened? And for those that need a little bit of help, can you also let them know what the message was of that as well?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so step into the light. Uh, that was very, I would say, it was important to me outside of the music, which is kind of strange to say, even for me, because there was a fellowship within building that record. So the first thing I would say is shout out to Batman Dark Knight Entertainment. He was doing creative direction for both me and No Malice at that time. As I told you,
Nice.
I live in Virginia now. Um,
Okay,
so
okay.
working with Batman, um, you know, I was like, hey man, you know, uh, we got this thing called growth. We're growing, man. I'm studying, I'm doing my thing. Let's see what we could do about getting No Malice on. So we sent him the track. I had my verse done. All he had to, he just had to write his verse. And it's crazy because he calls and he says, "Yo, I got my verse done. Meet me at the studio." So I'm heading to the studio, and by the time I got from my house to the studio, uh, his verse was done. So when I say the fellowship was there, we kicked it. We talked about the record a little bit, but we we ministered to one another. We were able to fellowship and speak about our change, and I was able to actually tell him how just watching his story really encouraged me, and that was deep, man. That was deep. So yeah, step into the light. Make sure y'all go get that joint, man. Produced by Astro. Shout out to Astro.
Yeah, it's definitely a crazy track right there. I like just because it has so much of that. It has like a big cinematic feel to it, and on top of that, the message is helpful.
Yeah, and that
You know.
message, that message, the things I was saying, man, was really just putting in perspective that you you have to seek God, man. We have to seek something beyond a twerk at the club, and you know what I'm saying. We love the twerking at the club, man, and we got to let some of it go. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
but what it is we also then have children, and we're starting to we're raising women. So then it changes your perspective, and
Yeah.
once your perspective begins to change, then you start to grow. And but in that record, we're mostly speaking about our commitment to God in that way.
excellent, excellent. So, what this sounds like is you're really laying the groundwork of success out there for people that are listening to you. Um, Whereas, we all don't look at success the same. So someone may look at you now and then look at you in the past, and they don't understand the growth, so they won't know that this is good advice you're giving to them. So I think that it's great that we use music to speak to folks like that, because I think music is just universal in that aspect. And like I said, it's a very helpful message. It, it's still fire too at the same time,
Yeah.
because like you at a certain point when it really comes down to it, you know who the supporters are that are listening for the message, and some that are just catching that vibe. That's why I think sometimes with the twerking and stuff, like all that is, like it's that energy. It just keeps vibrating through
Right.
them, and they're not really looking to go up those next levels and everything.
Right. And at the end of the day, like Jay said, you can't knock it. If it's hot, it's hot.
Right,
Right.
right, 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 right.
Oh man.
That's it. That's it. And that was my aim, right? Like I didn't. We don't necessarily label what I'm doing as, hey, he's a Christian rapper or positive rapper, or no, it's still
Hmm.
hip hop. I spawn. I love getting in there and spawn with these great minds that I've had the opportunity to watch their career,
Yeah,
and then to be able to get in the ring with them a little bit, and to see I mean, that experience is dope, man. It's dope. It's dope. Hip hop is it's fun, man. It's fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, and where it's at now, I believe that it's even more fun to watch,
Yeah.
right? Because we're seeing these different genres within hip hop, within the art, and the art is changing. But who's to say what is what if it's your canvas?
yeah, that's true. That's true. Jasper, did you have something? I'm sorry, I cut you
No,
off, man.
man. No, I'm just enjoying listening to, you know,
his story behind the song in itself. I heard the track too, man. It definitely is a track that has a purpose. You know, like you have some music out there that, I mean, let's face it, like you just got some music that is just good for that moment, and then you also then you have those songs that will always live because they have a message and a purpose behind it. You know, so I'm just enjoying, you know, like Doc said, it definitely has. He said a cinematic feel. You know, and in a way, it does have like a. If you compare it to a film, it is kind of like one of those things that will always kind of have another piece behind it that will always kind of be visually stamped in your mind when you hear it. You know,
Yeah,
like you can hear the song and think about what you was doing when you heard that song, you know, or you know, from your standpoint, you know, you making the song, you know, obviously there was a message behind it when you was making it. So you know, I'm just enjoying hearing all of it, to be honest with you.
yeah, yeah. I appreciate that. I appreciate that because that song is really heartfelt, and even if the video, if you watch the video, you'll see my whole family is like in the video. My my kids, and we had kids from the YMCA come out. You know what I'm saying? We shot it in a black independently owned radio station in Virginia and Norfolk. Shout out to DJ B. He's also a radio DJ at 103 Jams, but
Yeah,
Oh,
we
dope.
we
yeah,
we implemented it. We put everything in there. You know what I'm saying? The community, fellowship, and kept it hip hop, kept it true to what we came up doing.
Excellent.
nice.
I mean to cut you, Jasper. Were you
No,
still
no,
going? Oh, okay.
I was in agreement with you. I was just saying
Oh,
nice.
okay.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you with the question sometimes. Sometimes you charging up like Goku over there.
No, man. No, it's all good, fam. It's all good. It's all good, man.
so so let's talk more about this album, man. This is this is some surefire right here. So, but it's like you can take different avenues on. Like, there's a flavor on this for everybody. Yet it's still, it still got that, that it still got that. So we looking at Mobster 2,
Mm.
Crumb Snatcher, and Terminology on a track with Avrex. Tell me about that one, because that was just like, that seems like you probably got about 500 of them. Just from the rhymes that I heard over the years. But that one was just like, it seemed to me like, just to let y'all know, we still here and we still got it.
Yo, mobsters, I'm telling you, bro. Shout out to Knots. Big up to
Oof.
Knots produced that joint.
Yeah.
And look, mobsters, I'm sitting there at night, right?
Mm-hmm.
Knots posts his beats on his Instagram, on his Facebook, right? But he's up at like 2 o'clock in the morning doing this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm up, I'm waiting for him to post, right? And I see it, and I'm like, bam, I'm about to grab that one. Jump on the phone. I jump on the phone. I'm like, yo, I need this joint. I need it right here. Yo, Buster just got that joint. So me and Buster are working on. He's working on a flip mode joint. I'm working on my joint at the same time. So I'm watching him Buster now recording to the record that I'm just trying to get, and I'm like, ah man, he got that one. This is going on all night. So finally, I wake up. It's like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. Like I'm on the grind. I'm writing. I'm in the studio, and 6, 7 o'clock, hit the mobster's joint. Make the call. I said I need that joint. I know Buster ain't still up because they was going hard. Is the joint open? It open. So yeah,
Oh
you
man.
hey, joint is open. I said, man, oh man. Got on the horn, called Crumb. Crumb said, yo, come down. Called Term. Term said, I got you. He said, Term said, I'll do you one better. Bring it down to Shady 45. and we'll put it on air. We're gonna launch it off, do it right. So when you look at Knots, Term, Crumb, just all those different artists, man, coming together to put that track out, man, it's unbelievable, man. I just love everything about that record, man, because it speaks truth into our community.
Mm-hmm.
And to uh, like I said, it's your canvas, but I also have a canvas as well. And I got to be honest with the youth. You know what I'm saying? I got to tell them the
Yeah.
truth and and leave our people alone. Like
Yeah.
I don't like police brutality, but I don't like black on black violence either. I don't like either one of them.
Yeah.
I don't believe either one of them has a place in our community. You feel me? So that's my thought process of that. And um there's a real issue with our community there to where we can glorify something and then have to turn around and ask for forgiveness for the same thing that you glorify. So we just got to be more careful on how we're moving and how we're teaching. You know, the jewels that we dropping, man. We got to drop some clean jewels so that we get this longevity.
I totally agree with that, and I applaud you for that as well. Now, so a question when it comes to dealing with that. So, if we're gonna, point the focus to the young creatives for a second. So when it comes to rhyming, what what message would you give to them as far as when it comes to image and also what lane to occupy?
Uh, this is one thing that Guru used to say. Uh, he used to always say when you meet an artist and that artist embodies the same thing they're talking about, then you have met a true artist.
Mhm.
That artist is being true. So I always tell people, you can't really do that if you're not being the person who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like why I gotta drive to the beach to do this interview and sit in somebody else's living room or something and look like I'm super caked up. You know what I'm saying? I answer the
Right.
joint in the Maserati or something. You know, this is these guys not living. They're not living like that. And the one and most of them have good credit. You know what I'm saying?
I'll
So
follow you.
but that's why the respect and the love for Nips is so crazy. Like
Yeah.
because cats won't saying that. Cats won't saying I sold all my jewelry so I could go invest into some equipment and do what I need to do. That's not what's happening. You know what I'm saying? And it's just right that we continue to address that. And, everybody got their own way to to address it. You know what I'm saying? But you know how that go. You know how
Nah,
that.
nah, yeah, yeah. I think you definitely summed that up in a gentlemanly way.
Oh man.
No doubt about that. Jasper, what you got, brother?
The good credit thing got me rolling, man. Shout out to those people that are using Xperia, man.
Yo, that is wild. That is wild. So I want to move down the list of some of these too, and the ones that I mentioned in two are my personal favorites. Everybody that is watching this or that is going to be watching this, I urge you to check all of them out. Play it from the front to the back, like how we used to. So, I'm going to get to another one that I like, and just recently I actually did just something quick to highlight Mind Power ENT. You know, shout out to Crumb Snatcher for that as well. And it was a snippet from the Seasons Change video. One of the cool things that I noticed in the beginning of that was the dialogue, um, and just all throughout the song itself. Like, I don't want to give it all away to folks, but it was something that was dope to me. It was a good experience, and it showed the family ties beyond the music as well. Could you speak on that one too?
Um, yeah. Seasons change. Man, we have Big Sugar on there, Guru, rest in peace, Guru, and that record really was because um, Guru really helped Crumb out, and through him helping Crumb, Crumb, and then was able to help me. In addition to that, the help that Guru also gave me as well, putting me on certain records, bringing me in certain environments, and helping me with different things. I only thought it was right that we continue to put out, songs with Guru, and take the proceeds, continue to give it to his son, and honor him in that way. And I think more artists should do that,
Yeah.
um, with other artists, even remixes and stuff like that, because this music goes forever, and it it's healing. It's healing to some to hear that artist again, or for somebody to say, "Hey, I'm still thinking about this artist this much." You know what I'm saying? You see Snoop doing the Nipsey Blue, and you know, the, give people their stuff while they're here, but also legends, man. You still honor them when they're not here, man. You got to give it up to them. So big up to Guru and Big Shug and uh, the the whole family, Guru's whole family, man. Justin, his son, we always stay in communication uh, with the family, man. So big up to them. And, oh, go check out Propaganda too, man. Propaganda. It's not on the album, but it was still
Hmm.
single release. Me, Big Shug, and Guru. Check that joint out too. Check that out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You were one step, or a couple steps ahead of me with that one. Yes, definitely check out Propaganda. So, so, so I'm gonna take a turn this way too. Um, as far as where you're at in your career right now too, I know you said that you've come to a period of growth, um, and with that growth, I would assume that there are some expectations, um, as far as, and I mean I know I'm putting it generally, but just expectations as far as um, what you want to do, as far as with the industry right now. Like, are you looking to branch into other things, maybe like film, maybe like video games, writing, sports, anything like that?
Um, I'm doing a couple different things. I'm into animation. We got animation popping, so we'll be getting into cartoons. We got a dope cartoon coming out. Hold on one second.
Oh, no problem. We got the babies over here too.
Oh, bro. You know what I mean? We about to
Yeah, man.
go see mommy. So we doing the animation. Um, one thing about it, man. I was like, the kids are they're so open to learning. They're open to listening. They're open to understanding that sin is natural.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? When somebody can get the grasp of that we're just born like that, we're just and we have a need for change. So I had to focus, man, on these kids and doing that, man. So You know, we're into animation, making different puppets. We're doing a few reality TV shows, which I actually just came off of doing music for one on well, it's TLC UK, but here in the States we're on WeTV, and that's on Love After Lockup. Um,
Nice.
but we're just really focusing on being independent and working independently and staying consistent and doing what we want to do. You know, and I think that's important that you professionalize, if that, I don't know if that's a word, but
Hey, we knew what you meant though.
Yeah, it's all good, fam.
professionalize the people around you so y'all can get money. We hanging out all day. Well,
Yeah.
let's you know. So it's just that type of thing. But yeah, man, we're into everything. We love it. We're working right now.
Yeah, absolutely. That's really cool. So, on the side of the film part and the animation, I do want to say that as far as the animation, it's cool because you can still have stuff out there for kids, but as a parent yourself, we still sit there and monitor a couple of episodes to see what's really happening. Because I had to find out that Daniel Tiger was teaching my daughter to throw a tantrum, and I didn't know about that at first.
Like my son, he was on the game in the headphones, so I'm like, oh no, hold on, let's hear this. Let's hear what these guys talk about on speaker for a little bit.
Yeah.
Uh huh.
Going on, you know. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
And I think that's one of the cool things, especially with you saying that you're dealing with animation. Like you're seeing stuff from a parent's bird eye view, that something that typically that we're saying. We look at certain things, like um, there's certain places that do animation and stuff like that people would say certain things are questionable, like images or imagery that pops up, and some things that are said really quickly, things that just kind of burn into your subconscious. So with without saying names and stuff like that of who's who, um I guess we could really say, it's cool to have somebody that recognizes stuff like that, so that we can have something safe for our kids. Because there's been a lot of harmful stuff out there,
Mhm.
especially the past 2 years.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's the aim, right? Is to actually even engage and let them know,
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, listen, there's two sides to this thing, and it's also, they have to learn to protect themselves online, right?
Yes,
Nobody's,
absolutely.
the, people snatch them up still, but they getting snatched up online a lot faster, and you know there's just a lot of funny stuff there. So we always try to take what we've learned from the streets and apply it, uh, so that our kids can grow from it, not have to do it. But then also in being independent with the animation and film and stuff like that, is our own platform to then go ahead and showcase that and stream it, similar to a Roku channel or something like that, where we'll have our
Yes,
own platform to do that as well. So that'll be coming uh, mid next year.
man, I'm happy for you with that one, and I hope to see it. I hope to see it. I absolutely hope to see it. So I'm gonna be putting a bookmark in that, and hopefully we can get to where we can push that on here as well. Now, as far as animation, on the animation side too, I don't want to keep you in this zone, but that's one of the things that piqued my interest. So, um, I guess, did you have any other animations, or like any other animated series or characters that inspired you for the artwork? Like, I could easily say like Aaron McGruder's art. Just from reading the Sunday papers when he would have the strip in there, I'd be like, okay, you know what? I want to make my characters with this type of hair, and not knowing at the time that okay that he was doing that, and then there was also people that are doing like anime and things like that. And then we have just some of the cartoons that I guess you could say we were more familiar with, the older ones. Stuff like Heathcliff. The Cats was rapping on there, by the way. I remember that. you
I
know,
bet
it's-
my kids on the Thundercats,
that-
uh,
yes.
so, and they've been going bananas ever since. And I love it, man. But yes, the shows like Thundercats. You got Snoopy, Winnie the Pooh.
Hmm.
Uh, these things are things that make impressions on us, right? Uh, that we then in turn want to pass on to our children. So within that was, well, what am I going to do to continue to allow a generation to pass down? What can we do entertainment wise that is positive? What can we do that someone can pass on generation to generation? And when you think about cartoons or just characters in general, you can very easily do that. And then also just at the forefront of it, have a positive message isn't bad. Like, uh, you know, Master P did something that I loved with Walmart, man, and he cut everybody's curses off of all the He's like, I don't, I can't do anything with that. He's like, they're paying upfront. All these stores want me to send them their CDs and then cut me a check after they get paid, but they're gonna buy them up front, and I need to get them over there. So look, man, and it's not necessarily the worst way to go.
Okay. All right. Definitely makes sense to me. Jasper, looks like the wheels turning, man. What you got?
Man, I'm just I think, he mentioned even too, like with what Master P has going with Walmart, like, it's kind of a reflection of, having, like we were talking about earlier, the bigger picture and just having that purpose. And, I really would like to know, probably like for you, man, like, if you feel there's like that one thing that you do want to kind of hone in on, for your future work and everything else, that one theme, what would that one theme be?
Well, I would say the to hone in on anything in my life, priority wise, it number one, I have to have God at the center. I have to have Jesus Christ at the center of everything, and I would say secondary to that, um, would actually just be to continue doing music, man, and doing shows. But I will say this: I've experienced something in this quarantine, staying home, and raising my family, and it's something that I would do before, and I stopped traveling so much, but in this time, and that's why my response is this way, is because the most important thing is that we love our families, and we take care of our families, and our friends, and we're able to allow them to grow with us, and to learn from them as well. Like I learn from my kids all the time. So it's crazy, man, because I've had a business outside of music for 13 years, a successful business outside of music, and it allowed me to do various things in music to where, I'm not struggling to do this or that. I can travel, I can promote, If somebody calls me, hey Abe, can you fly here? I can do those things, but none of that can compare to being home with my family and the love we share here. So it's difficult for me to now answer that question when I would be able to answer that probably 3 or 4, 5 months ago, and say, bro, we about to get this music popping, we about to get these shows popping, we about to get these tours popping, we're going overseas next year. That is true, we are going overseas next year. But that would have been my response. I would have been sure about that. You see what I'm saying? And now I could say, well, if we don't go overseas, if we don't do anything, and I just stay home with my family, bruh, we made it. We made it. You know, and that's just that. You know, I'm just seeing life in that way now. And I know some people are experiencing that out there, man. They're experiencing that. Some people are getting the opposite too. You know what I'm saying? Some people are getting the opposite, where they killing each other out there, man. The divorce rate going up, all types of crazy stuff. But you know, hey, you gotta have Christ at the center, man. God at the center. Everything else, it's not. He doesn't make things better. He'll allow, um, he'll allow for you to be in the midst of chaos and still be all right. You still good. You can see the chaos. You can feel it. You can hear it. All of that, but you're just chilling through it. You know, confidence, cool confidence.
Definitely some big jewels right there. Yeah, confidence. Um, Definitely finding your center. Um, Definitely finding something to believe in. Stand on the course. Family.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Yeah.
That's that's what growth is about. That's the album is about. I mean, that's the core of it. That's the core of it because you hear records on there that I wouldn't even necessarily make,
Hmm.
but because my son or my daughter might have heard the beat and they was grooving on the beat and it was like, I can hear kids on this beat. Then I did it for them. It's their record.
Hmm.
You see, and look at artists like Big Boy. He keeps all their music in an irrevocable trust, so they can never sell the music.
Hmm.
They can never sell Outkast catalog. It's in an irrevocable trust. They can never get rid of it. You see, so it, that's the way I view that album. You know what I'm saying? It's for them. It's that's what it is because when they listen to it, they're gonna hear the jewels. I have records about sobriety, about how close I am to losing my sobriety. You see what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I'm not super Christian. Like I'm not wrong about it. I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm struggling this way, and God gives us the power to do things, not us. We don't have any power to do nothing. We puppets on a string. Yes, yeah, we have some influence on what we can and can't do, but at the end
Hmm.
of the day, if he wants to harden our heart and let us self destruct, he can do whatever he wants.
Yo, definitely, definitely, and also when you had mentioned and said that you also had put records on the album that you wouldn't normally do. I have to say, when I seen Lemons and I heard it and I see your name, because I had did a search and I'm just like, wait a minute, hold up, where Avrex at? And then I sped it up a little bit and I was like, okay, I see what you did there. So it definitely shows that, you know, whatever mood or what mindset that you're in, you know, you could tackle the song. So without a doubt, but this type of song, like, what was the I guess what could you, if you could paint a picture, um if you could paint a picture with that one, like, what actually lit the fuse on that one to get that one in motion?
Man, that right there is like it's like a person in a tub, like getting ready to commit suicide. Like that's where that comes from. Like, you think about the dirtiest place you could be, the dirtiest place in your life, and that's where I was. That's where I was in that record, man. And I wanted to be brutally honest.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be able to express the pain, you know, in a way outside of just music. I mean, just hip hop, just rapping, just you know what I'm saying. I wanted to really say what my issue was, so people could feel it, and that's what I did on that record, man. And I go into depth about just different real life situations, man. I'm feeling hurt. Like, doing that record, actually, like, I'm going back through emotions that I felt in solitary confinement. You know what I'm saying? As a child. You see what I'm saying? Like, not locked like in a bedroom, like in jail. As a child, dealing with that, I'm going through those emotions, and it's like, that's who I want to connect to. That's who I'm speaking to. So they feel that. They feel that, you know?
I get it. Definitely get it. So so really it's just you know, connecting with people that have that feeling. I got you.
Yeah.
And wow. You know, like I said, you know, for those that have just tuned in, if you are watching live, we're talking about the album Growth. Uh, we're here with Avrex, one of Boston, Massachusetts' finest. Also got my co-host Jasper to film me. You know, it's really been a pleasure, you know, to hear to hear your journey up to this point,
Yeah.
because it provides a lot of, you know, without even really going into into a full description on everything, it still provides, you know, a good place to gain some type of understanding. And I really appreciate you sharing that with us.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you allowing me, man. It's an honor. It really is.
Very cool. So, Jasper, before I continue on, yeah, I see the wheels turning again, man. What you got?
Man, it's just like I'm listening to this whole thing and kind of soaking it in, man. Like, this is just, I'm one to be very rarely without words. I mean, and this is kind of one that just, I want to sit back and listen. It's like I can't sit back and listen if I'm your co-host, but at the same time I want to listen too, you know. So, but yeah, man, I must say, man, just enjoy hearing everything, man. All your work that you're doing, definitely keep it up. I am curious. Your name, Avrex, man. What, you know, the first thing that came to my mind was actually the leather jacket that used to exist back in the day when, you know, when Doc was telling me about us having you on. I was like, yeah, it's like the leather jacket. Like, how did your name kind of come into fruition?
Yeah. So my first name is Avery. You can see it on the screen. My first
Yeah.
name is Avery. And when I moved to Virginia, uh, you know, I had the Avrex shoes and the Avrex jacket. My name was Avery. Everybody just started calling me Avrex.
Okay.
So, but I took the I out. I learned that Rex, Rex, was a name that they used in Greek for king. So I just put Avrex, meaning Ave King, um, for that name. I just took the I out. Plus, you start trying to battle with Avrex jacket. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Keep coming up and stuff.
Right.
Oh man.
So there it is. You know, I think that's probably I think that's probably going to be the Easter egg for those that are going to watch, because you know, we did talk about doing a giveaway for those people that are watching and everything. I'm thinking we going to mark this right here at about 51 minutes. If they can tell us the origin of your name, I think let's just pick a number, Jasper, between 1 to 100.
Yeah.
Pick
Let's
anything. Pick anything. Pick something further away from 100 though, because I want to give it away to somebody.
I got a number. All right, I got a number. Yeah. If you want me to go ahead and put that number out there, you want to?
Actually, let's do it between 1 and 25.
Okay. Well, my number was over 25, so he got me selecting again. God, Doc. All right. I got another number.
All right.
All right. So how you want me to go ahead and share that number, or how do you want me to do this?
So, all right, let's do this. Since it's going to be the first time kicking us off, you know, the giveaway. We are doing a giveaway. And let's see, how should I do this for y'all? I'll do a $15 Amazon gift card for whoever can come back to me. And how we going to do this? If you can, DM me at TDFS Presents on Instagram and give me the origin behind this brother's stage name. We'll do it that way. And you have to be number... Go ahead, Jasper.
Number 17.
There it is. Number 17. You got to be the 17th person. We'll do it that way. We'll add a second factor to it.
There you go.
Add a second factor like it's a side bet, like we're playing craps or something. There we go. But there it is. $15 Amazon gift card. And that'll be from Jasper the Filmy and Dr. Freeman. I shall have that for you. Just remember to DM TDFS Presents, and you have to be the 17th person. Why 17? Because Jasper picked it.
There you go, right there.
Now, I know I had one. I had a really good question for you. So, as far as what you dropped a lot of heavy material right there for us, but could you lastly drop a good word for us to leave on? Something, I guess you could say something that would focus on lifestyle tips for independence. I know you gave a lot of them already, but just like one, if they didn't catch them all, they should at least catch just this one.
Lifestyle tips. The when you say independence, what do you